Hiya.
Hello, hello.
I was like, how does this work? Am I doing it wrong? I'm watching it, but I'm not here.
Yes, no, I think everyone has those. It's those seconds of like panic and sweat and anxiety of is it gonna work? Is the internet good?
Mm.
What that panic?
I'm still going through it.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. You're gonna be an expert by the end of this.
Great, great, because this is a first, okay?
Oh wow! Okay.
I'm
The,
like,
you will be doing lives from now on. Like you're gonna be
every
the
day. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I'll wake up and I'll do a live. I'll go to sleep
Yes,
and I'll
why
do a
not? You
live.
never know. You might become like viral out of it.
That's the dream.
Yeah. Okay, so I know you. I mean, for like, I usually don't know the people that I have on the live, but I do know you. I
You
have, I
do know
have
me.
the privilege of knowing you. So, first things first, you need to introduce yourself for the people that
Okay.
don't know you.
Cool, cool. So, I'm Kimmy. I am your friend. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's all you need to know. Nothing else. That's
Great.
it.
Yeah, no, that's it. My name, I'm your friend. The rest is a mystery. No, no, no. Um, I guess the reason I'm here is because I'm a queer woman. Not, there's not more of, more of me. Um, and I'm, talking about it, being it,
What
hopefully
do you do? This
sharing
is the
some.
most important though. What do you do for a living? Because this is the best
What?
part.
What do I do for a living? I forgot. No, I'm joking. So my day job, I guess, is teaching autistic children at a school, which is great. And then I teach meditation sometimes. And I also do a lot of other stuff. So I work on projects on websites. So I design and edit websites, which is totally random. And now, which is really exciting, I'm doing some writing finally. So yeah,
You see,
busy,
you
busy
just said
woman.
I am your friend, and how come I don't know about this?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am. Maria just said, "Yes, Kimmy. What do you do?"
um, yes. So tell us your story. Do you
Tell.
want to
Oh
start from growing up? Like, how was that for you? Where did you grow up? Like, were you born in the UK?
God, I feel like I'm in therapy. All right.
Okay,
So
just relax, just relax. Take a. Don't you do this for meditation? Like you need to take a deep breath first, and
you're good at this. You should do the meditation. You should
yeah.
teach meditation. Yeah. Okay. So I guess to begin with, I'm half Polish, but born in the UK. So I grew up with a single mum, well, a divorced mum, Polish mum, who immigrated from Poland when she was 23.
Mhm.
And then at 24, she had me and knew no English, worked hard, my absolute hero. And then I grew up with a dad who I guess was a lot older than my mum, about 20 years older than my mum. So when I'd go to school, people would be like, "Is that your granddad?" And I would say, "Nope, it's my dad." And in terms of the gay life, I suppose, in terms of why I'm here, um, yeah. So I have three sisters, one of which is gay herself, and I knew that growing up. So I knew that I had a sister, half sister on my dad's side, who, you know, went at dated women.
Mm.
But nobody gave me the language for this. So I kind of entered the world and went, oh, great. everyone loves everyone, which is totally naive and not the case, but sadly. So yeah, so when I was little, I fancied girls, I fancied guys. It was a bit of both in the beginning. And it's
So
really
when,
weird
sorry
talking.
to interrupt you, is it something that you knew from a like really young age? Because you have the people that know since they
Yeah,
were like really, really young, and then you have the people
yeah,
that realize it when they're like 60.
yeah. I
Or
mean,
when they're,
I
it
don't know.
doesn't have to be 60.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I found out when I was 72. No, I don't know. It's a weird one because I kind of entered the world loving everyone, but kind of had this strong feeling of actually it's women that I like, but I didn't know, I didn't have the language for it. So I guess I've always known. But then it's really weird saying the story because I've come out several times in my life. You know, I've kind of come out and then been shoved back in the closet and then come out again and been shoved back in the closet. So, you know, I don't have like one coming out story. I probably have three, which is really annoying for an interview like this because, you know, it's a lot to go into. So I
That's
guess when
okay, we
I,
have all the time in front of us.
great, great.
So let's
Get the
start with
cat
the
on.
first one.
Yeah. So I guess I was around 11, which is super young. And I fancied my best friend, who was a lovely, beautiful half Italian girl. Um, but I couldn't explain it. I couldn't put words, didn't have the language for it, you know, and I didn't have the education for it. So I kind of looked at her and saw her as this amazing, beautiful woman that I really wanted to kiss, but I couldn't because one, I'm 11, and
Yeah.
two, I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, so that was kind of like the first time. But I was super young and super afraid. And I guess during this time, I found my mum being quite homophobic because, you know, as much as my mum is one of the most beautiful women on this planet, she is also Polish and Catholic. And those two elements create quite a strict, narrow-minded. I mean, not by it's not her fault. It's just the
How you
way she
grew
was.
up.
Yeah, exactly. And so during this time, she would talk about my sister, but it was quite degrading. And you know, and then the words gay and lesbian and other not so nice words started coming out, and I thought, oh, I'd better stop fancying my best friend and stop fancying people in general. Okay, cool, thanks, mum. So I kind of put a lid on that and didn't really think about it. And then when I was 13, was I guess the beginning of so about 2 years later, I kind of came back into the world of exploring and trying to find myself. And I guess I should say that for some reason I grew up very quickly, so I think a lot of these things came to me a lot sooner than a lot of other people my own age, which was quite intimidating and scary and lonely and yeah, it wasn't great. But when I was 13, I don't know, became friends with someone and had my first encounter of thoughts. You know, and it was great. I had no idea what I was doing. She had no idea what she was doing, and I was, you know,
But
yeah,
that
it
works
was great.
anyway. Like either way, like
Yeah.
whether it's gay, straight, whatever. Like at that age, you don't really know what's going on.
No, exactly. And I mean, just to say, she is straight, which is quite devastating. So I came out of the experience going, oh shit, I think I might be gay, and she's come out going, no, I'm definitely straight.
Yeah.
So I got a good experience out of it, which is totally fine. but yeah, so 13, just had this, amazing encounter, and I was so excited to tell my friends, as you would at 13, I guess. Still thought kind of people still loved everyone. So it was kind of the first time that I had opened up to people in my own school, in my own year group. And I was on this camping trip, and I was surrounded by all these girls, and I thought we were all good friends, as you do when you're 13. And there was a girl in the group, and she was actually leaving that week to go to another school. So I thought, great, I will tell her my big secret before she goes, and then she won't tell anyone, right?
Oh, no.
No. So yeah, so that night I got all the girls round. I said, hey,
It is what it is.
yeah, this is what happened, and yeah, I recommend it.
Yeah.
Um,
5 stars.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, so then we had the summer break, and I didn't see these people for 6 weeks or whatever it was. And I came back to school in September, and this was quite a pivotal time, an important time in your development as a teenager, 13 going on 14. And the first day I entered school, I wasn't greeted to a nice vibe. I was literally walking down the corridor and people would call me dyke and lesbian, and yeah, and it was kind of one of those things that I wasn't prepared for, because I just had this beautiful experience, wanted to share with my friends who I thought were friends for life, I guess, and absolute betrayal. So yeah, so it kind of started from there. So I thought, okay, right, well, the secret's out. I can't really take it back. So I'll just get on with it. But in the process, I lost a lot of my friends at school. A lot of people that I thought were my friends, I guess I should say. They weren't my friends, clearly, because they weren't being nice. So yeah, so then I put a lid on it again. I was like, okay, the world doesn't want me. I'll just go back in the closet and stay there and hide behind all these men that I apparently fancied. No. Yeah, so then I guess when I was about 15 was then like the third time.
Third time's the charm.
Third time, well, was it? It wasn't really, because then I got into a relationship with a guy for 4 years, so that didn't work out. But that was the time that I did come out to my mum as gay, which was pretty cool. Your stereotypical crying,
Yes.
mom, I need to tell you something. Sat her down, didn't even say the words I'm gay, I just cried for about 25 minutes. And she was like, what's going on? Why is this girl having a breakdown? And then I said, I'm a lesbian. And then
How
the
did that
worst
go?
thing, oh God, no, the worst response from her, she went, I went through a phase like that when I was your age.
It's always a phase.
So I went, all right then, mum. Then
Great.
went back in the closet. Yeah, and then so I went back into the closet. 16, I got into a relationship with my last boyfriend ever. Amazing guy, still kind of friends. But yeah, he knew before I knew as well. Like, he knew that I was gay.
Great.
So, I mean, we'd go shopping together, and I would be in the men's section buying hoodies and jogging bottoms and, all the stuff that I like, but he would typically see as gay and say, oh, that's pretty gay, and I'd go, no, it isn't. No, I don't know what you're doing. I'm not gay.
You're gay. I'm not gay.
Yeah, you're gay, okay? Get a haircut. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was fine. I mean, as far as I was concerned, I didn't think I was straight. I kept putting labels on it. I kept saying oh, I'm pansexual, oh, I'm bisexual, trying to put all the labels on it that would encompass women. um, yeah, and then it just hit me like a ton of bricks, and yeah, I'm gay, believe it or not. But yeah, so then last year, when me and my ex broke up, before we broke up actually, it was kind of the last gay straw in my life. So we basically moved into this flat together, and it was great. It was fine. We were in there for about 2.5 weeks before I realised, yeah. And I had met this girl, so I bumped into this girl, and she was a catalyst for me. So she was the thing that went. I mean, I think she was the universe in a woman saying to me, Kimi, you're gay. Just live your gay life, please. Yeah, so I mean, she's not gay at all, but she just happened to pop into my life every so often. I'm not sure uh, how many times, but we kind of, like, I would go into the street and she'd be there, or I'd be sitting and she'd be there. Um, and I realized, at home I'm not happy and all this stuff, and so I did that really hard thing of being like, okay, we need to end, but I didn't really know why I needed to end the relationship. Um, so I went home and I said, I'm really sorry. And it was hard. It was really hard. I mean, long-term relationships and the ends of long-term relationships are really hard anyway, despite if you realize you're gay halfway through or whatever. So yeah, so then that happened. Then a few weeks later, I went, oh shit, yeah, I'm gay. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's why that's happening.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. It's nothing to do with him. It's nothing to do with me, really. It's just how I was born, and that's now how I'm gonna stay in the world. And then I wanted to explore that a bit more, and I guess I did a little bit. But yeah, so that's kind of it. How much time do you have left?
Oh, you're doing great with time.
Oh, great. 2 hours in.
I will wink, like, make it
Yeah,
shorter.
yeah, yeah.
So, did you come out again to your mom? Because, as you said, you came out when you were like 15, 16, and then you had this long
Yeah.
term relationship with a guy. So, I'm guessing it was like kind of like, okay, there's hope. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh God. I don't know if I should be saying this, but I think my mum was actually happy when I turned out to be gay for the last time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she was like, oh, okay, cool. You seem happier. Men smell, so I think,
I think maybe it was that awkward thing of like, I think she probably like, obviously you already came out like twice.
Yeah, yeah. How many times? I don't know.
Yeah, so she kind of like maybe, it was easier for her the last time.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a big gesture. I didn't sit her down. I didn't cry. I got interested in a person and I started talking about that person to my parents. And then, and it wasn't, well, I guess through that, then small conversations started to happen. So then it would be like, oh, I'm lesbian now, full time, not part time anymore. So just so you guys know that I will not be bringing any men round anymore. Only women. Yeah.
So did you like get disappointed from someone, like, because I mean you said like your mom's fine now with it and everything.
Yeah.
Did you have like maybe people from your environment, like other members of your family or friends that weren't that supportive?
Yeah, so obviously I have family in Poland who I don't know. I don't know if they know, and obviously it's not something that I advertise in my daily life. You know, I don't have a tattoo saying I'm gay, so you know, a lot of people wouldn't know, I don't think, and so yeah. But I don't think they would be very welcoming about it. I know at the moment in Poland there's quite a big movement against the LGBTQ plus movement. There's I forgot what it's called. I think they're called free zones or like LGBT free zones. Like the Polish government is fucked. Sorry, but they are
No, don't worry,
in
don't worry.
terms of,
If it was,
yeah.
you can swear, it's fine. It's not a kids
Oh, great.
friendly
Yeah.
channel.
I don't know how family. I don't know this Disney Channel. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, don't worry, don't worry.
But
Dimitra
yeah.
says
So
hi, Kimi.
hi, Dimitra.
Yeah, so how is actually, since you mentioned this about Poland, how, because I have no idea. So
Yeah.
if I don't know, if there was like a gay couple that walking down the street, I'm guessing like in every country it's always worse when it's two men than if it's two girls.
Why is that though? Why?
I will tell you why. I will tell you. Sit down.
Okay.
Because in general, like my point of view is because like obviously with girls it's like more of a sexual thing for men.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
always like, you know, you always see it in movies, like it's more of a like fun and games and you know, they see it like that. But if you're like gay, you're like, if a guy is gay, is like you're not a man enough. I've noticed
Right.
that. I mean, I've noticed
I
it
think
in
you
Greece
are
a
man
lot.
enough if you're gay. To be honest,
Sorry?
I think you are man enough if you admit you're gay, or at least into men. You are more of a man than a straight man.
For sure, because you get so many people that I've noticed that also, that a lot of people, especially men, that people can be like, these girls are just sitting and like talking crap about guys. No, but I mean, I've noticed that a lot of the time that men that like are really macho and this and that, like you, especially when it's famous people, and then you find out like years after that they were gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
like racist towards gay guys and all that, which is it's crazy. But
Yeah. No. I agree. I agree. I think. I think men need to show their feminine side off a bit more as well. I don't think it's necessarily about being gay. I think it's just embracing humanity because for me, I think we're so involved with masculine and feminine when actually everyone's just a bit of both. We're just fluid human beings. But back to your question in Poland, sorry, we
yeah,
just gone like,
sorry, I lost
I
you.
was like, hang on, what was I answering?
No, it's fine. I mean, come on, it's a discussion. It's not like it's a. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
even
yeah.
calling it an interview. It's more of a discussion. So you can just go from one topic to another. It's fine.
Yeah,
Uh,
great, great.
yes, but yes, tell me about Poland.
Yeah. Yeah, so if a man and a man were walking down the street holding hands, no, I don't think it would be accepted. I don't think they're there yet as a country. I mean, a lot of European countries, I'm sure you know, aren't there yet. They're not progressive enough. And it's a shame. It's such a shame because there are large LGBTQ plus communities in all over Europe that just can't be themselves. And I guess that's why I feel really honoured and privileged to have that conversation with you now because I can do that and I'm in a space to do that. But I think a lot of people in Poland, especially, or I mean, I can only say from Poland because that's where I'm half from. But I think a lot of people struggle, and I think, yeah, I think there's a lot more negative consequences because of that in those countries. You know, I could never go with my girlfriend and hold hands with her in public in Poland. Yeah, it's not there
So
yet. It's not there, and it's not even getting there yet.
yeah, great. So do they have? I'm guessing not. Probably from what you're saying, is there like you know we have here in Brighton. I mean, everywhere, and in London, everywhere there is the pride, like the whole parade and stuff. So I'm guessing in Poland that's not a thing.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I could be wrong, but I don't think so because of the way that they're going with their laws and their legislations. I don't know. I would like to think so, but what I've heard and what I've read, I don't think so. Sadly, and if there is, great. If there isn't, well, fuck both. No, I'm joking. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, what I can see is that it is getting worse. And I think a lot of places in Europe are getting worse, to be honest. You know, I think it was either Ireland or some other local country, just restricted education on the LGBTQ plus rights and the movement for children, I think under 13 or something, or under 16. And I keep hearing parents, I mean, I live with my friends here and their parents, and they bring parents over and they have conversations about these discussions, and the amount of people that walk in and say, oh, actually, I don't want my child to know this, I don't want my child to have that language, that education, blows my mind, quite frankly, because the world is, well, I think as history is continuing, more and more people are coming out as gay, and they need a space to be held. You know, and those that have come before us have pioneered the way, so we need to do it for them, really. But then you've still got people saying, no, I don't want my child to know that, or no, I don't agree with that. And that to me is quite strange. I don't know. I think it's strange that
there's thunderstorms. I don't know if you could hear that. You can hear that. It's like, I was like, what's happening? But what I saw the other day, a video, which this is the same what we were saying just a minute ago. Which I'm guessing you remember, the band Tattoo. Oh, come on, you know them.
Right, yeah, right,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, but yeah, the whole thing was like fake. Okay, we know that. But she's like one of them, the one with the dark hair. I don't know the names.
Yeah.
She's like going into politics and all that. So she went on television and they asked her like, if you know your child came out as gay, like what would you take? And how would you take it? And she said, actually they asked her, what if your daughter came out and said, you know that I'm gay? She would be like, oh yeah, that would be fine and stuff. And then they asked her, what if your son came out and he was gay? And she said, I would not accept that.
What?
I know, that's crazy. I mean, you know, and it's back to what we are saying. Like, why is there, you know, I don't know. It just I don't believe, and especially from a person that, you know, you're going into politics, might as well lie about it instead of going out. Like it's crazy. I mean, she's in Russia, which I understand Russia is also kind of like Poland and a lot of things. You know, they're like really traditional and they have the culture. It's the same thing with the live yesterday with Real. The Albanian community has that you know, it's religious first and like the culture. So I do get that, but it's just crazy how people see things, and that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying at the live yesterday, is that, you know, when you have a child, it doesn't, you don't place an order. You don't say, I want, you know, a kid with blue eyes and to become a lawyer and straight. Like, it doesn't work like that. So it's crazy that you hear like so many stories of parents being that way, that not accepting. And I've heard stories, especially in Greece. I mean, they are getting better. I would give them that, okay. But yes, but you know, you still get all these stories from, you know, people losing their houses because, you know, the parents are kicking them out, or you see so many like hate crimes and people beaten up for that. Even the area where I grew up in Greece, I think this was maybe 2 years back. There were two girls that they were holding hands. They actually got beaten up for that. And it ended up that they weren't even in a relationship. They were just friends. And they were, I mean, girls do that, like in Greece, I'm guessing everywhere. And it's just crazy, like I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, it's the same here. Not, England's not perfect. I have to say it's better. It's better than a lot of places. And, obviously we've got Brighton, we've got Manchester, we've got London. So we're doing well. But there are still, yeah, there are still people. I think it's people. It doesn't matter where you're from. There are still going to be people that are going to disagree and are going to be violent. I mean, there was a couple, I think it was about last year or the year before, two girls on a bus just taking an innocent bus ride, and these
Yes,
guys
I
just beat
read
them
that.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and it broke my heart, and it breaks my heart every time I hear stuff like that and see stuff like that, because why can't everyone just, I mean, not love each other, but just accept other people and just be kind to people. Also, just saying that there are a load of kids outside my door. I've just all heard them run up. So if you hear someone, it's not me.
No, don't worry, it's fine. I mean, things like that, yeah, don't worry about it. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we get. I think we are getting better at some level. So, I mean,
yeah.
obviously, it's much different than it probably was like 50 years back.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, you always have those hate crimes. It's just, it just gets to me so much because someone that's gay is not affecting you in any possible way. Walking down the street,
Oh, yeah.
holding hands with a partner, it doesn't affect you. It's not. And then
I
you
mean,
hear
we're
all.
sharing love.
Sorry.
We're sharing love.
Yes, exactly. And the thing is that you're not hurting anyone in any way. You're not doing anything bad. Like everyone can do what they want to do. It's not affecting you in any possible way. And listening to stories of people, I mean, I even got a DM about it from this girl that she's struggling, or she wants to run away from home. I'm talking about like Arab countries. I'm not talking about Europe. And she doesn't know how to escape. And it's, other countries have it even worse. Like you can actually get killed or go to prison or things like that, which, that's scary for me. Like thinking about that, it's.
I know, and I think the crazy thing is it's not like we have a choice.
Yeah.
It's not a choice for us. We didn't just wake up and go, I picked gay today. It's it's like,
Well, you did.
oh,
Like you went back and forth.
wait, hang on a minute. Hang on. That's not what I said. No, but but the thing is, like myself and a lot of other people, you have to go through. I think this is the thing. When you're gay, you have to go through shit to actually be gay and actually be true to who you are. Unless you're really, really fucking lucky and you have parents and family, or you've got gay parents, or just an
Total.
accepting family that aren't Catholic, traditional, Russian, whatever. So yeah, so I think, I don't know. I think it's a bit unfair that we have to go through this shit. However, I do think that's what makes us stronger as individuals, and I think we are more compassionate because of that, and our community grows stronger. And as we go stronger, other people will come and join, because I think as well, people like to live in fear, and this is probably why some people treat us differently, is because they're so scared of perhaps entering that side of themselves. I'm not saying that everyone's gay, but
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? They might see two women or two guys and go, oh, that's pretty disgusting, but actually, they go home and do whatever they need to do.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. But I mean, even parents think of things like that. Like you get parents that think that, if my child hangs out with gay people, they're gonna end up gay. Like,
Oh, it's a disease. It's a full-on disease.
yes,
It's more contagious than COVID, so.
yeah. There you go. I want to ask, what was Okay, so obviously you went through a lot of struggles, as you said, because you came out like 3 times, right?
3, 4,
Yeah.
5.
Yes, but what was for you the worst struggle you went through?
Yeah, so it's probably when I was 13. So that was when I just everything hit home. Yeah, so obviously I just told my friends that I'm exploring with this girl, come to school and I was hit with all this hate. So that caused me to spiral as a 13-year-old, and I basically got into a very deep depression because of it, and it was probably the first time in my life that I had experienced clinical depression. So as bad as it gets in terms of self-harm, suicidal thoughts. I mean, it was a really rubbish time, and no 13-year-old should go through that. And I'd have people. I mean, I think the worst thing for me was the cyberbullying. So I had people on Facebook and my Instagram and other forms of social media that I would use at the time, and people degrading me and calling me nasty names. And actually, that continued until I was about 18. For some reason, people were still messaging me about the fact that I was gay, and yeah, and it was really tough because you think everyone else is like that. You think if you tell anyone anything, they're all going to have the same reaction. And I guess it was just by default that I landed in an environment where people weren't accepting and weren't so caring and weren't so loving. So that's when I kind of decided to branch out of my year group because it just seemed to. I mean, even actually, some of the people that were in that time of my life turned out to be gay later on, which is quite ironic. So yeah. Yeah. So that continued until I was 18. But in that time, I branched out from my year group and I decided, oh, I'm going to make friends with other people older. And I became friends with this girl who was a very obvious lesbian, didn't hide it. And she was about my best friend for 3 years. And in that time, she introduced me to the L word. She showed me all the things
Yeah.
that I need to know. But then I didn't have any friends in my own year, so going to classes and stuff, it was hard. It was really tough. I'd sit in class and sort of have panic attacks a lot and just general fear of life. I'd go home and I would tell my mum, and obviously my mum having the views that she had. I mean, I didn't, obviously this was before I was 15, this was before the big talk, but she wouldn't understand why people were bullying her daughter, and I couldn't say, hey, it's because I'm gay, because you might also be part of that group of people. So yeah, and it was really tough, and also the girl that I had the experience with wasn't particularly nice afterwards either. So that was pretty shit. Not, it was just, yeah, she was just straight. I mean, she still is straight, but I think she was a bit embarrassed maybe, which is a shame. So yeah, so it wasn't a great, that was probably the hardest time. Yeah, it's scary to think that I was 13. I think that's the thing that gets to me, is that if I could talk to my 13-year-old self, I would say it's okay. One day you're gonna find a beautiful girl and everything's gonna be fine. Just wait. But yeah, so yeah, I think that pretty much answers your question.
Yes. Well, in general, like being a teenager, I think like 99% of people hate that time because you're lost, you don't know, you're confused, you don't know what's going on, you don't know what you want, you don't know, there's all that confusion, and kids can be evil. So you always have the kids that bully and do all that. So especially
Yeah.
going through what you went through, it just made the situation obviously even worse. Like as you said, yeah, if you wish you could tell your 13-year-old self, but unfortunately we can't do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really hard to go through. And I mean, I understand that children is not their fault because they just pick up from the education they get from the house and their parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the same with people that, you know, you have the hate comments and all that. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the person, you know, that is behind the screen, which is the easy way to do things, obviously. Because usually probably half the people and more would never say something like that to your face. But obviously
Yeah.
behind the screen is much easier. And those people are just not happy with themselves. And as you say, maybe there's so many things behind that obviously are people that are already hurt in some way. Or maybe, yes, maybe they are gay and they don't know how to come out, and that's another pain they go through. So they, you know, they decide to throw hate on people that do come out. But you know, obviously it's easier said than being like, oh, you know what, I don't care what other people say and stuff. You know, you always care, even
Yeah.
a bit. Maybe like even if it's 1%, it will hurt. But obviously, when you're 13, it's not as easy to see.
Yeah, I think it definitely takes hard work to be yourself, and it's definitely a journey that doesn't end at any age. I think you're continuously going through that, whether you're 30 or it starts from when you're 13 or starts from when you're 21 or 60. But I think as long as you're staying true and authentic to who you are and presenting yourself as only that, you will get people that will say, well, you're not for me, and you'll get people that say, come to my tribe. And I think that's probably the most important thing is, and something that I've learned is, it doesn't matter about the people or the other people that think bad of me. What matters is the people that surround me and make me happy and accept me for who I am. And I think everyone should at least listen to that advice, because a lot of people in life in general just want to be accepted by everyone, and you know, work, life, school, whatever it is, when actually there is a small handful of people that will love you and accept you and nurture you and cradle you. So hold on to those people, you know, and the world is a better place, you know. And now, especially for myself, I only have a small handful of people that I love and truly admire, and vice versa. And you now being one of those people, you know. So, and then,
I'm in the
you know, this
tribe.
one. Pride tribe.
Yes, but that's the thing that I mean. Yeah, I've been through that phase of thinking, you know, try to do this, or this person likes you, or try to do that, especially when you're a teenager, obviously. But I feel that I'm in such a good phase of my life now, because I'm like, you know what, just do what you want. Like, we always think about, like, you know, if I wear this, what is that person's gonna think about? Or what if I do that? Or what if I say this? And we always try to be liked by other people. Even if it's people that are not our friends, we like try to prove ourselves. And it's, I mean, we've all done that, and I've done that. But you know, and especially if you always want to be like the cool kid and all that. But at the end of the day, it's that you know, you need people that will like you for who you are, and you know, you don't have to constantly be faking things, whether it's what you're doing or what you're saying and anything. You need people that are true, because you know, the people that are, you know, will agree with you in whatever. Even if you decide you want to wear, I don't know what you want to wear, like hats all day, but it could be anything. Like, you know, you need that, as you say, a tribe. You need your people, because at some point you will show your true colors, and they will also, and you will realize, like, what I was doing all this time. Like, why did I waste my time on people that's not? And you know, it's okay sometimes to lose, because I feel like we always try to hold on to people that are not good for us. But you know, it's not worth it. You need the people that are gonna support you, the people that are gonna be there for you, that make you happy. Because at the end of the day, you know, you have your family, obviously, if you get along, and then you know, the friends are the family that you choose. That's what they say.
For sure. Yeah. I'm listening to you. I feel like I'm interview you. I want you on my live.
Yes, please tell me. Invite, now that you're a live expert, I will come over for an interview. There you go.
Great, great.
Maria says,
No.
it takes time and courage to become who you really are. Yes, we agree on that. Hello,
Yes,
happiness
Maria.
is a state of mind.
Yeah.
You see, that title, the title of that says everything. Happiness is a state of mind. There you go.
Happiness is a state of mind. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I think that this is the thing. I think in life, generally, you're gonna filter, like, I feel like we're like human filters, and we start off by wanting to be loved by everyone. Not necessarily, I mean, even if you're an introvert, I guarantee it, you've wanted everyone to like you or be the cool one. And as we grow up, we not only grow up physically and mentally, but we grow up in our hearts, in our souls, in our minds, in the way that we perceive, in the way that we love. You know, and I know, especially for me, I'm not sure about you, but I've learned who to give my energy to and who to take my energy from. You know, if somebody's not being particularly nice or they don't give off a very accepting or warm energy, I'm going to lead them to it. I'm going to say, okay, great. I'm not going to bother you. And, you know, vice versa. And I think because of that, life is so much more simple. It's so much more spacious. You know, and there's space within that to become yourself and be authentic. And then within that, you grow confidence of who you want to be and who you are. You know, after last year and into this year, when I was dating again, I was speaking to a friend, and my friend turned around to me and she said, "Oh my God, Kimi, you're glowing." And it was the nicest thing, and you know, she was throwing me all these compliments, and I wondered why that was, because nothing had changed apart from the fact that I'd started talking to a really nice girl, and it was her, but it was also the fact that I was finally stepping into who I am and who I want to be and who I've always wanted to be. You know, but I feel like that's continuous. I feel like every day I'm waking up and going, this is who I am. I'm saying, what can I do to make that better? What can I do to step even more into my happiness? So yeah, but I was going to say, back to the tribal stuff, the, you know, pride tribe. As humans, we are born to be in community, and we're born to connect and share. And there's a woman who spoke about this, and I've forgotten the name, and that's really bad because I should have been more prepared with intellectual facts and speakers that I know, but my mind's gone blank. But there is this woman who spoke about how we, as social creatures, crave a tribe and we crave a group. And I think that's so important, especially for the LGBTQ plus community, is to find those people and connect with those people, and not connect with those people or try and or even attempt to connect with those people that's simply going to accept them or welcome them. So yeah, that was what I had to say for that.
No, I agree, because I feel a lot of the times we just use our energy just to, like, I was seeing a video the other day. I don't remember any names or anything, so I'm the worst with stuff like that. But he was saying that you kind of can understand if you fit with people, like even if it's a relationship or with friends or anything, you can kind of understand from the beginning how things are gonna go. But we use that energy to convince ourselves that, oh no, this is gonna work. Like, no, I'm gonna be best friends with this person, and you might grow apart or whatever, but we keep insisting instead of letting go and letting the people
Oh,
know.
that's expectations.
Yes, there's that also. There's that, but it's the same. Trying to shouldn't try that much. I mean, yeah, if something, obviously, yeah. I'm not saying if the other person has proved themselves and everything, but you need people that support you, and don't try to convince people, to be your friends or be your, be in that group, because you're just wasting your energy. What does Teal Swan?
Oh, I think Eftahia was wondering if that was the person I was talking about, but
Ah,
it wasn't. It isn't actually. I'm sorry. What is teal swan?
that was like
Where can I
what?
drink that?
Yeah. I got so confused. I'm the worst with stuff like that. Okay, my last question is you telling us about your page and about your life coaching, what you do about
Oh,
all that.
oh yeah.
Before you tell us that, let's see what Iftia says.
Kimi, give us a tip how I can give myself permission to let it go. I feel like I'm like a spiritual guru. I feel like I need to like step into this a bit more. Okay, well I guess I can answer all of that together. Um, what did she say? No, she is a oh.
Famous public speaker. Yes.
So to answer FDA's question, you've answered the question, right? How do I give myself permission? The answer is there. Just give yourself permission. Say, I'm gonna let go. It's really as simple as that. But it's not as easy doing that. So it's easy to say it, but then you've got to feel it. So you have to say, I'm gonna let it go. And you've got to feel it as a bodily experience, as a heart experience, as a mind experience. And obviously it depends on the degree of the thing that you're letting go. Obviously grief, the death of a loved one, perhaps needs a bit more work, but if it's negative, self-limiting beliefs, it's a mantra. It's, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let X, Y, and Z go. And you have to practice that every day. Unfortunately, things take practice. Human life isn't easy. So, we have to put the work in, but the work can be easy. Yeah, no, exactly. There is, I mean, the thing is though, fear is either our friend or our tool. So as in, we can use fear to say, thank you for letting me know that I'm in danger. Thank you for letting me know that my survival is on the line, like survival is on the line. Or we can use fear to go, oh, hang on, why am I insecure today? Or why do I feel anxious when I step into this room of people? And then you can locate it to fear and you go, okay, well, I'm scared, I'm fearful. Great. And then once you've located that, you can then do the work that surrounds that fear. So yeah, so I think that, I mean, thing is, letting go is such a difficult one because, like I said, it can come in any, like the thing that you want to let go of can be anything, can be a variety of things. But just try and keep the work simple, but keep going. Keep practicing. Life is a series of challenges that will make us stronger and more resilient. But in order to feel stronger in yourself and to feel more resilient, you've really just got to tell yourself that you are stronger, and you've just got to believe in yourself, even when you don't want to believe in yourself. Another thing that people like to do is kind of have conversations with themselves, kind of the devil and the angel. So if you feel those negative beliefs, try and talk to it with a positive belief, So instead of saying, I'm insecure, you could be like, oh, actually, that, I don't know, scar on your face is quite unique. It's quite beautiful. Nobody else has it. And having those conversations, those internal conversations, can really help kind of analyze what's really going on. So yeah. But to answer your question,
that was a good answer, though. That was good. That was good.
Oh, thanks.
Bravo. There you go. Now it matches perfect to the next question. You see.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, all right. So last year in the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to offer something to the world. Well, I've always been into meditation, yoga, yada, yada, yada. But I wanted to offer something because I thought I could. I thought I have some sort of knowledge and understanding. So I did some trainings online, and got some
Mm-hmm.
qualifications and educated myself. And then I started my website, which was kind of, I guess, a project, and it's called Inigo, so Inigo, and it's basically a play on words. So it's go inwards. Yeah, see, I
So
thought you'd like that.
yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
So if someone follows you and like they want to go on the website, do you have it on your page on Instagram? Is it in your bio?
Well, I did. I should have it back. I should bring it back.
Yes,
I
bring it back. There you go.
bring it back. Well, I did all of that, and I have a website, and it's called inegowithin.com. It's currently under maintenance, hence why I haven't put it on my bio. It was on my bio, but yeah, I basically went through a bit of trauma from October to January, and I didn't feel like I had the energy to give to people, which happens and it's fine. But the whole concept of it was mainly meditation classes. So I ran, and I probably will start it again, a weekly meditation group. Eftahia being one of the amazing members, Maria being another one, and that would, yeah, and I would utilize tools that I had kind of got from my training. So I would use mindfulness, I would use visualizations, I would use loads of things in these meditations. So they were kind of mega, mega power. And it was beautiful and it was amazing. I really enjoyed doing them. I still enjoy doing them. And I recommend meditation to anyone, because it's something that helped me turn my life around. It's something that transformed my mind, transformed those
Mm-hmm.
negative limiting beliefs. But again, it's a practice. Meditation is a practice. You've got to do it regularly to see the impact of it. And it's not a cure. It's a very subtle change in your life. And it doesn't change the way you are as a person. It just changes the way that you perceive things, which I think is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like the meditation side to it. And then I did some training in neuro-linguistic programming and mindfulness. So NLP, it's a bit of a complex, it's a very new topic. It's still growing, still expanding. At the time I resonated with it. So it's again about kind of trying to remove limiting beliefs about yourself, and there's a lot of psychology behind it. At the moment I don't resonate with it, I don't practice it, unfortunately, but mindfulness is something that I do daily and always have done. So mindfulness, as opposed to meditation, is the idea that we have awareness in the present moment. So it's not necessarily just closing your eyes and sitting down. It's about going, what's around me that can filter my focus from all the shit that's going on in my brain. And so I use that in my meditations as well, but I use that anyway in like my own life. If I'm feeling anxious, if I'm feeling stressed, I'll take a deep breath, look around me, say, okay, what's around me? There's a bag, there's some flowers, and it will really bring me back down to earth. But yeah, so those are like the main things that were in Ego. And now I've just completed some vibroacoustic training, which is basically a fancy way of saying like sound healing training. So hopefully soon I'll be able to start offering that. I'll be becoming a yoga teacher as well. So a lot of like holistic stuff. Yeah. But it's stuff that's changed my life. And I don't want to sound cliche about it. I don't want to be one of those hippies that say, yoga, meditation, changed my life. but it did when I took it seriously, when as a white girl doing, you know, downward dog. I'm actually somebody that's, you know, dedicated to that and dedicated to myself. And I think that's the one thing that I would say to anyone on that kind of journey, that journey of self-discovery, self-development, is dedicate life to yourself. Dedicate life to exploring yourself and who you are, because there's only limited time on earth that you can do that. You know, find the people that you love, find the things that you love, find things that help you. Because, you know, therapy can take you so far, but it's things that you do for yourself that really help just to live, you know?
Yes, I totally agree with what you're saying. And also, I mean, I am full on about therapy. I love it. Like, I think it's
Yeah, yeah.
the best gift. But in general, you just have to put the work in, because
Mm.
it's what you're saying. Like, you could be, because we do get that. You know, you get the hate comments from people that are like 50 years old and they act like they're 15. And I believe that happens because, you know, they don't actually sit with themselves and do that work. And I mean, yeah, a lot of things are changing now, but you know, you can become a better person. You need to want to become a better person and do that work. Like, figure out,
Yeah.
it's the same what you were saying about fears. Like, if something scares you, just like try to figure out, you know, what is it, what triggers it. And I mean, I would go like towards that, and you know, challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone. I mean, before I
Mm.
started this page of, you know, doing the lives, I never thought I would do it. I would be like, oh my god, like, there's no way, like, speaking and people watching, like. And now it's like, oh, it's okay, like, you know, you have a life. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get those like minutes before it starts, like everything to run smoothly, and you know, you have all that panic,
Mm.
because obviously I don't have like a whole crew behind me, like fixing everything.
Oh, you don't? Oh, you wouldn't know.
Yes, lights. Yeah, the lights, please.
Cup of tea, please.
Yeah, so obviously, and you know, you always have those minutes, and it's the same with other things. Like, it doesn't have to be public speaking or whatever. It could be, I don't know, fear of heights or fear of going into a new job. Like, I have so many people tell me that,
Mm.
you know, I don't want to change a job because I can't go through an interview and it causes me like panic and this and that. And but would you just gonna stay at, you know, the same position for like forever because you're afraid of like going through an interview, or because you're afraid of new beginnings? Like, you know,
Mm.
you will achieve much more if you face those fears and try to get out of your comfort zone. And that's usually how it works. Like, people that actually achieve things are the people that, you know, will go towards that fear instead of, you know, running the other way. um
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think things that scare us definitely make us grow more as a person. I think
mhm.
things that challenge us make us grow more as a person. But I also think you know when you're ready for something, and I think it's okay sometimes to run away, because I think we always come back.
Yeah.
I think when we run away, we go, oh, actually, I'm here again. You know, when I came out 500 fucking times, um, you know,
Yeah, but you
and it is,
see, the point is that you made it at
yeah,
that thing.
eventually, yeah.
Because yeah, it doesn't matter, because you know, you have other people that might never do that, and they might just
Mm.
live a life of not being true to themselves. So it
Yeah,
doesn't matter
yeah.
if you came out like 5 times or 10 times or 50, because at the end of the day, you managed to you know,
Mm.
face that fear and live the life that you want.
Absolutely, yeah.
Proud of you.
Ah,
Okay, so I've covered all my questions. I don't know if you want to say anything last, but I'm happy with everything, and I do appreciate this live, and I expect you to invite me for a live now.
oh, definitely, yeah. Tomorrow, same time. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
thank
thank
you.
you so much. No, this was really fun. I was totally shitting myself beforehand. Uh, no, I genuinely, I sat here with my cup of tea and I just meditated for 5 minutes, and then bam, all the nerves just came back as soon as I hit live. I was like, I didn't even need to meditate because it didn't really matter.
Because maybe you were
But
sending me pictures with Snapchat filters.
yes.
I know,
I haven't
I
used
said it.
Snapchat
I
in
said
like
it
10
to you
years.
that you're the best guest in that thing of sending me all those weird pictures, but you weren't expecting I was gonna screenshot them. You see, that was your
No,
mistake.
no. Yeah, oh my god, I forgot when I introduced myself, I forgot to tell people that I can now take toe selfies.
Yes, that is a gift. Okay.
That is, yeah, add
Yeah.
that to my CV.
Yes, exactly. You could be at the beach having your leg up and be like, "There you go, I will take it." You both hands, and then be like, "There you go, it's a gift."
There we go.
Kimi, thank you so much for today. I do
Thanks so much.
appreciate it, and I will see you probably these days for a coffee. So,
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
thank you so much. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Bye.